So hello everyone, and I am recording this video after the 7 to 8 days since the previous one. So in this time frame I am just suffering from the fever, and you might be seeing some of the changes in my body as well. So but I have recovered myself, and we are again back to our work, and let's move ahead and resume all the pending videos. I am trying to best to post my 100% energy in the video lectures to be get more entertained while learning. But if you have somehow, if you don't like that, then I am really sorry for that. I'm just trying to put my 100% efforts to make videos more enjoyable, and I have put all the efforts here, so please understand. And let's start with the lecture today. So what we have done in the previous video, we just go ahead on the Docker hub and just copy the link of hello world image, like the Docker pull and hello world. So it's automatically get pull image to our registry, not the registry, into a system. So after that we just run the command like the docker run and hello world, so we get the output to our terminal. So right now what we are going to do, we are creating a one file name like the index.txt, and in the index.txt we have the sum of the text here like to hello to everyone, and using that we are running this index.txt in the docker container. Okay, and once the docker container run, we get the output in the terminal hello to everyone. Okay, so you might be thinking that how we can achieve the output like this from the index.txt. So you might be thinking, so using this index.txt file, how we can print out all the things like this one. Okay, so all the things like this one, we are not going to print all this one. We are just printing the only one sentence like the hello to everyone here, and rest of the things we are not going to add, like the links and all the things we are not going to add the here. Okay, so let me show you the folder here. So this is the work folder, and in this folder we are going to just creating the different files for different applications. So right now we are creating the first file, the naming called as hello world. Just rename it like hello world. Okay, so once you create the folder, so right now what we are going to do, we are creating a one file inside the folder. So one thing you can do, either we can just drag and drop this folder to the VS Code. So right now we have drag and drop the folder in the VS Code, and in this folder we are going to create a one file that is the name called as index.txt. Okay, and in this file we are going to write some of the text like hello to everyone. Okay, everyone. Okay, and follow the course, anything, you can just do anything as per your choice. I'm just save this content. So once you save the file, then if you have any Linux background, so you have the knowledge of the Linux basics commands like the cd, the ls, the other things. So there is a one command in the Linux, so using that command we can just able to see all the files content of the any files like the index.txt is rather the index.html or anything file as per you want. Okay, so let me show the command. So let me just cd first one to the folder. So if you do the ls, so it's list all the files that are available in that current directory. Okay, so we have the index.txt, and if you want to view the inside content of the index.txt, that we have the hello to everyone and dash follow the course. So if you want to get the same output into a terminal of the index.txt file, okay, so we using the cat command. So using the cat command, so where it is, okay, so we haven't saved it. Okay, okay, let me once again. So as you can see that once I write this command like the cat and the index.txt, what this command do, so it just copy, it just print all the things like the inside of the file that we have. In the index.txt we have this text like to hello to everyone, it just print all the things in the terminal. Okay, so we get the output in the terminal. So you might be thinking, what is the use case of this command and how it's going to be help us. So I have the nice diagram, and in this diagram you will be understand all the things and how we can achieve the hello to everyone program, like this one where it is hello to everyone in the Docker container. Okay, so let me close this one, and there it is. So we have the three things included. That is the main thing. And the first in the my computer where we have this file. Okay, and again then we have the Docker file, and then we have the Docker hub. So what is the Docker hub and what is the image this mean? Okay, so let me open the Docker hub. So as you can see that we have the bunch of images like for the different use cases. So there are bunch of images available on the Docker hub, but we are looking for the Alpine version. So there it is. So what is the Alpine? So Alpine is a very lightweight Linux image. So you can just use that image to your system or in your Docker file, and we can just able to run the command like the basic, the cat, the ls, the all the things. Okay, and it's almost the 5 MB size, so there is no size issue. So how we can use this image and achieve our goal like the hello to everyone. So again, come back to the diagram here. So we have the three things. Okay, we have the index.txt that is ready here. Okay, then we are creating a Docker file, and using that Docker file we can able to create the image. Okay, and using that image we can run the Docker container, and in the Docker container we get the output like the hello to everyone. So you might be thinking is so there are so many complications. So creating Docker file is very easy, and you can just able to create, and you will be not facing any issue regarding to that one. So if you want to create any Docker file, there are three things are essentials. Which three things? The base image, the working directory, and the copy. You are thinking what is the base image, the working directory, and the copy? So I will be mention all the things one by one. So what is the base image? So as per this example, what we are seeing, our applications needs a Linux command like the cat and the space, and this we are mentioning the file name that index.txt. So if we want to achieve our goal, so what we need? So we need a Linux base image so that we can run our the basic commands like the cat command. So we can just able to view all the contents of the files. So hence in the base image I am choosing the Alpine as a base image. First task has been done. Okay, the first thing first, if your application is using the Node.js, so you go ahead the Node.js image. If your application use the MongoDB, go with the MongoDB. The first thing you have to be remember, you have to choose properly the base image. That is the main necessary things before while creating any Docker file. Okay, the first thing we have choose that is the base image. The base image is the Alpine here. Okay, so once our base image is ready, then we are going to set a working directory. So then we are setting the working directory. So what is the working directory? So working directory is mean, so if you're pulling any image like the example, we have to pull in the Alpine image. So in that Alpine image, we have to set the directories to be all files to be copied and the paste in that working directory. Let's suppose I am just choosing the WAR folder or the USR folder. So all the files will be copied and be pasted in the working directory that we have set here. Okay, so you don't have to worry. So I just show you how we can declare all the things and write out the Docker file. Okay, so once we set our working directory, then we are going to use the third command, that is the copy. So using that copy command, we can just copy these files, okay, the index.txt file, and it will be copied from our system to the directory of the Docker file. Okay, we are mentioning this working directory, so it will be automatically copy and the pasted. And later on we can use another command as well. So here it is. So we are using another command. So here we using a command. Okay, the command is like the cat and the file name index.txt, and once we run this command, okay, in the Docker file, then we get the output like hello to everyone. Also after the building the image, so and after the running the image, so we can get the command, we can get the output like hello to everyone. Okay, so I hope you get the little bit idea. So let's move on further and let's create the first ever Docker file, and you will understand all the things in the practical way. For creating the Docker file, one thing you have to be remember, you are located in the same directory or the same files that we have created. So this is the same file that we have, okay, and in the same directory we are going to create the Docker file. Okay, so just click on this plus button and we are creating a Docker file, the Docker file. And one thing you have to be remember, the Docker file that I have written don't have any extension. The extension mean like .txt, .html, nothing. There is nothing, any extension here. And make sure that the first letter of Docker file, the D, should be capital. Okay, the first letter should be capital and other letters should be small. So once you creating the Docker file, then we are write the actually Docker file. So as per the diagram, what we have seen, we have the three things mentioned here: the base image, the working directory, copy, and the cmd commands. So let's work on it. So as you know that we need a Alpine image as a base. Okay, for that, if you want to use any image, like if you are using the Nginx or anything, for that case you are using the from command. Okay, from the from command, you are mentioned here all the image types that we are looking for, and it will be automatically pulled from the Docker registry and run to your system. Example, so what we are going to need, so we are needing the Alpine one. Okay, so we just copy this one and open the VS Code and paste here. From this command, what will happen, it just go ahead on Docker registry and pull the image of Docker Alpine. So not the Docker Alpine, the Alpine image. Okay, so the first thing has been clear. So we have just mentioned the base image that we have. Later on, we are setting the working directory. For the setting the working directory, we just type work dir. Okay, then if you have already installed the Docker extension in the VS Code, so you will be get this of the suggestion here as well. But the main question here it is, so what is the working directory? So as I mentioned, so there is a working directory where all the files should be going to copy and pasted on that particular directory. So some of the images is run on the specific directory, but in our case we don't have to mention any specific directory. For right now, what we are going to do, we are going to name like the my app. Okay, the / and the my app. Then the third thing, so what we are going to do, we are going to copy this file. Okay, and I just want to copy this file and paste in the directory of the Alpine image. Okay, so this is the working directory. So just use the copy command. So what we are going to copy, so we are going to copy index.txt, and what is the destination? So you have to mention, you have to give the space and just copy this one and paste here. Okay, so what will happen, so it just pull the image. Okay, and we have said the working directory, so it will be copy the index.txt file and paste in the working directory. After that, what we are going to do, we are going to simply use the cat command. So using the cat command, we can just see the inside all the file things, like all the data, like the hello to everyone, all the things in the terminal. For that reason, we are using the cmd. Okay, so cmd is a command in the Docker file. So using that command, we can just able to execute any command. Okay, so we are executing a command that is the cat. Okay, so one thing you have to be remember, so every word or every commands, like in our command what we have the cat and the index.txt. So make sure that it should be separate from each other, and just comma and space, and again the single the double quote here, and the mention the file name like the index.txt. Okay, so as you can see that, just do the space here. Okay, so we choose the first the base image. Okay, then we set the working directory, then the copy command, so it will be automatically copy this file and paste in the working directory. And after that, we are using the cmd from the command like executable. So and we have just mentioned the cat and the index.txt. And one thing you have to be remember, so every command should be in the separate in the double quotes. Okay, so I hope you have understand this Docker file, and don't worry, in the further video you will be get more understand of the Docker as well. Okay, so right now our file is ready, and we are going to build this Docker file. Okay, so just open the terminal and just clear all the things. So one thing you have to remember, you have in the same directory where your Docker file is. So as you can see that we have this, the Docker file is available in the same directory. So right now just start the building the Docker file. So for building the Docker file, there is a very simple command like the docker build, and if you are enter it, you will see a error. So what this error means, so what we are done, we are using the docker build command, but we haven't mentioned the where the Docker file is. So the Docker file is available in the current directory. For that reason, we are mentioning here the dot. So what will happen, so Docker will be automatically searching the Docker file in the current directory, and once you got it, automatically build the Docker file. So just mention the dot here and just enter it, and as you can see that our Docker file is start the building here. Okay, and it's take a little bit time to be get the build the image. And so as you can see that we have successfully built the Docker file. So in the next lecture, let's run this image into our system.